This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Pack. Me na we see na Okatakyie AK47. What nonsense is this? Kofi. That is nonsense no. Any ma funu ba dey na sa. Enti Jakpa. Onye wo sesa why nyanse hunu na di na be one.
Ebusia Boadu TV so ni mayama mu nyina akwaba emfambra so. Na the tell say o se won subscribe ya no subscribe na like video no. O comment so we jatum uwi na wa share dem aye. Na Okatakyie Afrifa mensa after so call 2 weeks break no waba back na ye honi hu social media say national security for tata no afi de tie say okocho exams wie o match no okocho exams o game pa wie o match no de na national security for office ahun say bebre MPP mpanyen first to me ho mamu yi ni ma wo na waben na reti ama wasene warning de ama Jakpa yes wono no di national security for nim no di se bi mfo na Okatakyie eka no na Jakpa do call ofurata ho na yesi no hasem na yeken yes wono di national security for nim na arrest ne sa no moye was national security for catchens obi pese o mu okuno obi pese o yini free ho na Sam George nso dia bitim. Sam George say wo ha no beka say okọ delay su say wo ne yire ehwe ne mama no na ne yire adwuma o ya no so behwe ne ma. Sisi Sam George say ne yire na ehwe no. Sam George nso asema bem. Okatakyie afaya no. Yenkoti Okatakyie Afrifa mensa.
Okay, so Wednesday no go be me control exams. Na mo beka 3 weeks ago me catch them say Jakpa. Any national security reme. Man force would there be yes certain national security knew what that you the evidence is there to show. Precise. Wednesday no. Kofi afe ye wo na mature exams we me be fie. Na me ba na me intel emma me feel say my people will pick you up. But on your sure say your Friday and a Saturday, which is a ne. It's not me away. And one mama Benz be boss spy. So me guys here now more here. So me na mo many wo baby a na dia omunim no. I'm a militant. That's what I don't fear.
Exactly.
So we had spotted them. And na Benz na here a year spot ya mo. Na omudimachia they are not smart say me shada na bigina the temple na me speaker ko di nkomo me say tu na bigina filling station bi na mtofu na me hwese ampa na bense ko akra na agina na say okay so we were me guys in Kasa we wanted to know should we go should we stay there na me say let's go whatever will happen let it happen oh can what is it eti me branch Christian village no me ye no ade na obi Abe ye hwese pick up we be na omo ye na boys no said ye omo ye gota ya meka ho asem ya wa sare abe wa no medwe so omo twam akwa de mu yan say boys no de gota no pack more fire but trust you can I'm saying I didn't want to mind them. But pack. Me na we see na Okatakyie AK47. Na we as me kabibia. Na we ye AK47. Na we ye na boy see attention gram go bi. Mema pa. Na ba ko na si no ana ba ko nso be gina be chika na ba ko be gina be china sa boys no nso asia free sa ka anim ana omo course scene e wo Christian village ho obi we dey AK47 so na ba ko bom papa hey be a don I'm like okay be a don no do you even have the right to sit in my car without permission o ba on for warrant in chire I say hey we are from be make us just say omo force door na bie na me bie ma omo no trance or trans here move when I'm saying move to where but I'm from a lawyer almost a da on for a lawyer it's a kidnapping Is it imprisonment? Because per our laws, Oko section 49, section 52, any other section, Nina can about imprisonment and kidnapping. Opa no for warrant be antrebe. On can cherem the entire see a movie. Ovi ave behem me and me movie. Me name lawyer and kasa I am a baby I make a movie. Oh no more order from above will be a friend. Hey, one movie guni handcuff. I've been to us and my master. I'm okay. Let's go. Yakono. Now, wow, me moving a day. I don't want me call a year Kaukudi. Be an eye hono. So one a year be an eye Nankasa. Original Nankasa. But because BNI does not operate the way you see, party boys now, when you are watching it, a bit more. It's already me rack. How could you call BNI? Say, by Uncle Phone Humachi. You could do a yes, you be remunwan. Anna, course, I free her by. So, or move him in free her. Because I'm sure they have picked intelligence. Social media is boiling. I almost move him free her. Straight. No, I'm going to call Blue Gate to her. You could do Blue Gate to her. Because it was not a sanctioned job. No one ya were crossing me back. So you jina well over 15 to 20 minutes. I know Mumbi gate in my. They needed to make calls to confirm if indeed I have been sanctioned to go. Okay, so I sat in the car and I make come catch young guys na no motika anymore. Na me say mo ye young guys mo nyu swag be na kakra. If so say young guys here mo hey. The next 30 years, nyame nkunye ya. The probability say me no wo be wo the space of government mu high. And podiano enka na ntwe to enka confusion say. Oye dey within 30 years, MPP will come to power. Na me busa question, me busa young guys question. Say dey mo ye. If MPP comes to power, na me dibi be yam wante be yam de. Ave no mo to him. The Kenyans some chrom no mo ye nyansa fo mba dwene ho. Obi ave o mo de me ko ye ni ade. Enhyiranka awrade. Say nipa me kotro no ohu no me no. Eye Osman Alasan. Oye madam fo.
More fire. Enhyiranka nyame.
Eti bedu no say why be arrested my friend. No ye say ne momfa no umra ne ade no de me kotena ne office. Ye di nkomo o kire ye say ade atin ma ya ne ade a. Wo mo so wako kan bibi say national security for ewo na onim gobi omoboa onim and I'm so yan chira me video kura bako kan na me fa na me kan so amaka no kura pa so me say sisu bia say national security for mo nya word ya ene mo won choro mo abia agrofo yi and I know ya ba ye mo hu say boys ya mo frɛ o mo say national security for yi obi o mo hihye nguram nya galam say no mutu o mo galam say for ho bai etidie here national security ni say me so mu tu galamse ne monya galamse nso ne yese no we national security we national security edikatachia ka asem eno ye threat ne mom threat na nkase ho no eno nya the concern of the national security
Fire them powerful
we national security we Kofi Afe and Osman, and I must be honest, he was very gentle. We had a lengthy conversation. Now, I'm so one chiremia. No, I call back where in who fear what XYZ. No, I call video. I want to call say national security should pick me up. Nanim, it is an agenda setting. Almost said release my kwane say on pick on that issue. No, munyina say issue no sume for me because me tie akwane say mo ka no on kase nyansa musa. So he was coached.
Precisely so.
The right words to use, he was coached. Because I can't one Kenyans, but this very video, the guy was Okatakyie Afrifa, Munchi Afrifa, and yes, I was man. What up your mama memory so me and I'm saying, it is what it is. I don't really care. If I said it. And if you want me to help you to fight Galamsey, it's okay. Me your mama, I'm willing to help. So many and Osman yes. And your person me Boadu baby a galamsey ni ade koso me nko kire national security for okay so you didn't come away me lawyers ba ho me ni ade chen yan me nyantie say the same so-called national security led by Jakpa. Echo a governor this in fee. Say woman konifie akofak what is this? What nonsense is this? Kofi, I hear nonsense. And you must security. Is this national security? Majumani. So I said, okay, let me go and look at a year Mrano. What governs the Act of National Security? And national security in quiet saying the same. It is a constitutional body.
Educate them.
Na yet but the framers of the constitution. And they we will look at it. And yabai and then the national security in here. We will look at the composition of the national security. What every job is supposed to be done. So me and I'm saying, let me do a quick research. Know the laws that establish the national. Now you call Article 83, National Security Council. Don't forget, your National Security Council, which is chaired and held by the president. So ordinarily, the framers of the constitution said they are going to set up a National Security Council. And maybe a coordinator on it, your fraud National Security Secretariat.
Exactly.
So because the president cannot run the day-to-day activity of the national security, that is how come he's appointed a coordinator to be there and do the job.
More fire.
But the president, if you want to see how serious the national security setup is, architecture is, that is why the only council in Ghana and a chair is your president. The military council as well.
Exactly.
If it's a danger, if it's a president, the number one priority is to keep the people safe from external attacks, from internal attacks, gathering of information. So I say the National Security Council consists of the president, the vice president, ministers of foreign affairs, defense, interior, finance, and other ministers, as determined by the president. Now, Oko 84, it tells you the chair of the national security, who is supposed to be the chair of the national security. Now, functions of the National Security Council, advisory role. The NSC advises the president on matters relating to national security, including foreign affairs, defense and internal security. So, per the constitution, other functions. The NSC may perform other functions as may be prescribed by the constitution or any other law. So, any other law, and you Act 1030, say no supplement the constitution. Kofi Act said now National Security Council aside the National Security Council and the National Security Secretariat and only the coordinator which is a mandate of the law Act 1030 and the Gina so the appointee now under the Security Secretariat and your word your friend NIB first name of any BNI that is the National Investigations Bureau. Then we have a research department. Then we have a National Signals Bureau NSB. All of these people they are appointed by the coordinator in consultation with the president. So the president has ultimate responsibility to see what the national security is being used for. What is the mandate of the national security? Act I set national security. Fameko year section 14. Enlarge on the role in the national security or mandate. Near her national security in Kwan, obetimi aye nneoma bi wa bra on for police no enka ho a. So you call the functions of the national security per section 14 of Act 1030. What's the national security? Intelligence, internal intelligence shall. So medical catcher say, internal intelligence, which is the NIB. My friend the NIB. Omoma Juma say omobe internal intelligence, gathering of information internally. The Omadani security guards omochichim krofo. Omo Juma penny. And NSB no. Omo Juma pan say omobe signals from across the world for any external threat. So NIB no and the research department no. Wamo na research here social re-engineering. It will call any society that is a serious society. The national security at every given point is much concerned with every facet of our lives. Whether school, whether music, whether movie. So Oko America, movies in most of them are engineered by the national security. Because social reorientation, social re-engineering, and we sit in a country where the president doesn't know, he has no clue what national security is used for. More fire. It's Section 14. Ready. You read section 14. Was it the internal intelligence? There be 14.1 no. Fabra near radio.
More fire.
Enlarging kakra. Enlarging is far from me. Enlarging. Enlarging. Let me educate you on near radio. Let's look at what the national security is supposed to be used for. Per the section that establishes the national security. Was it the internal intelligence shall brief the president, the National Security Council, and any other relevant stakeholders on intelligence gathered internally. Gather intelligence internally. Now, more briefly, NIB ne o mabe yesoja for cheche nkrofo ne nyo madwuma no. Anyo madwuma. Sem funu sa ne eto mamu ne yeso nkwasi asem so. Was it internal security interest of the country? We are was a 14.1a was a monitor, collect, analyze, evaluate, retain, disseminate in an appropriate manner information and intelligence gathered internally and perform intelligence operations. So first of all, majuma niye se mo be gather, mo be monitor, mo be collecting, mo be analyzing. Yebusa mo se mranche na do they even have a clue what they do with this? National security. Yeah, come win him red. And yeah, there's seriously. Mama can't share your intelligence, Amagada, and then Yama Maya. They hear the ammonia. Kofi Yanko. Or say they shall be responsible, for counter-intelligence. They shall be responsible for counter-intelligence and activities for internal security and stability of the country and intelligence gathered internally in order to prevent counter-violence, extremism, including terrorism in the country. Now, Yanko read the in the or say they shall conduct investigations in collaboration with relevant security agencies into serious offenses and matters of a national importance. So investigations require national security. They are not supposed to be doing it alone. They are supposed to be doing it with the police. They are supposed to be doing it with the military. If it's a national security, we need the legal temerity to go to court. See, police depend on what you may prosecute you. National security, all of a sudden, the national security has now turned into the police, making the police useless. See, what the warrant by? What's here to buy? Medoba cost section 34 even under what circumstances they can go for a warrant and come and operate. But before that, as a president and appointed national security coordinator, and appointed Osman. So on national security coordinator. Indecisive president in America. We are no appointed Prosper Bani, former chief of staff. Saying he also be a special advisor to the president on national security. Our president, our national security coordinator, our director generals of the three bodies. Prosper Bani in a Jumana say special advisor, because the coordinator is supposed to receive information across the nation and advise you, the president. It is special Prosper Bani position occupy. Yes, the president, you have the right to appoint anyone you so wish. But it should not be seen as though you are appointing people to go and take up offices that is constitutionally mandated, set up by an act. I feel like appointed Prosper Bani. Na Prosper Bani no atro krata say one also appoint Jakpa say Jakpa no emra meye national security in charge of special operations ni ebusa say Jakpa ni tumi men wo dey Kofi. So aside the fact that national security your friend say permanent staff permanent staff no mo yadwuma under NIB under NSB under a research department what most because of say intelligence gathering Emrane ma ho kwan say national security betimi employ enipa bia dey so wish say on be more information it movie for musicians farmers chiefs any other traders if say BBC wo eya hemfumu a esa national security wo obi wo mu a obemu information quick say BBC wo eya kantamantoni ade a esa obi wo ho mo information quick. So apart from the workers of national security, the national security is supposed to employ and for the border so na ye farmer na mo oda mo payroll so it wo ye kro mo say Francis Poku time and Akufo na kwasi prat ne na Kwaku Bako national security operatives she boni bi anim ense kwan enti because ye BSA avenue say ene mumfa obi wo bodi obi wo asankragua obi wo agona obi wo wiamuase na montua ne ka no instead see a bayana sa na nipa no wo jurisdiction specific a obe feed information no afa enkwase asem ko na the national security ndi ye to abawi a party boys no mo boa ya only jurisdiction bi a o monitor no ni ye do mo got a tutu mo nsa no and ye see akofa so for instance if anybody wants to employ Jakpa they don't need to give Jakpa very reckless, irresponsible character. So you don't need to give him. So you can let him be a contract staff with the national security, and nobody will care. Na se wo bana se o president na akofa Prosper Bani no so ma Osman nya adwuma etiene Osman adwuma a wo ye bia gobi se me no ka sei se ma ko appoint Jakpa enipa ye yi ni free military mu for dishonest conduct. Precisely so. And said the partner more appointed. Venison. Every nipa kuro ni mu ni ade. Jakpa terrorizing kofo. Yes. And the national security afa katechi. Mo family ade na mo beye. Mo be kume. Ade na mo beye. What is the worst? Pound for pound. Ensure na mbaya samudi bibe guma mano menom 10 days kwa ni medu wo ameye fasting. So aduane na mo ye nsi ayi na bi na mo de ade be family hwena no. Mese nna ye ade be. Menem nyina. Anya sa. Ni o ma funu chantan sa na national security ye. Ade ya se mo hwe na mo ye ho adwuma no. Prosper Bani nya no no wo ye. Ready kunkrofo ko ni. You are not doing it. Yes. No. This is supposed to be the job of the national security. So ask them. Afe wuyi. Enam se mrani nim se. National security ye mo mutumi to investigate people and they can use it in excess. But the state has no business. So be use state security to terrorize anyone. Nobody. Exactly. Say national security motu on tikatechie na ye mo target here. I am a threat to the state. Mo adwene ye adwumani. Identity. Afa ye wie ya. Was when yentu kwa me de cha o mo ne se. Osman alasa no ye me nyonko. Ti we me de cha mo atufo bo. Anka de make ka kire mo ka mo ntia se. Si ye be chikatechi. Sekatechie na ye dey. Me se mo hyenwura mo tu galamse. Me anam kan. Yes. So what national security is a winning information on the Crawford to Galamsia. You have no business being in this country. It means we are irresponsible. More fire. Fire them. Fire bend them all. I don't know. And you're rain. You're too a berry. Maji to me. Now, Maji to me, Gramanine. After you see Jakpa. So the law at 1030, are provided from section 22, say 26, all the way to 33. Says a national security breaching and you may be or more. Said or more section 26 to 33. And my crime ultimately through a legal process. See a baba no warrant. Or mobile yes or and when you do that, you are providing avenue for more money. After all, what? Printing a card will be able to me a printing. After all, what? First necessary when I've been be able to me. So when you guys continue to do this, then the public will be pursued Kukatechia. Your buyer and so on so back up vest in the printing NIB. Afaka will do a papa pani. Nemom say national security mo ya modwuma yi a mo se mo so obi peso okume eti mo bo me ho bai esa no gisi e baba mu a ade ba no ade ne renren ya ba me se rambo e ka se amo security na yan konkohwe application of warrant wo ye wo mo se wo mo de warrant ko papa ni fie governor ni fie ya busa warrant ni se wayi mo fa ma kire o mo timi fa nkire na Jakpa irresponsible character say you are appointed for special operations. It's your matan time when any special operations, you know. Your matan time, any special operations. Jakpa. Miss one the begu jo mama memu. Sakoi. Now what can your man you know security anymore? Very irresponsible character. Tini ye ina di no. Oh military nim. And akufo. Ye ina di. Afe se okoji warrant go fitie warrant ye. Was it where a director general of an intelligence agency, medical control say intelligence agency no, AMIensa, the NIB, the RD, and the NSB. Director general is never on. Where the director general of intelligence agency or an employee discuss, no more we are a nation of laws, general. Nobody has any business doing the nonsense they are doing, and we sit there and watch them as though member offer to me another national security. We are more almost member Juada. Messimu pam and Mako. Why? Because they make one but yes. Mupen what here? The bedroom, I'm a bonnet drums be a solution. Miss one to some bokume. And Rachina, a Corolla 2019 DB. Nana G. Ne car number near the one in our area more and we say Okatakyie. Many information in why? Oh, you me. A woman our nipa 30 Kwame Nkrumah, Martin Luther, men and who are dear bay. Now, should I be who names them now you more the nationality. So, I say, Kobasa will be a baby. That's all person the warrant coachina. Where Director General of an intelligence agency or an employee designated by the Director General has reasonable grounds to believe that a warrant is required to enable the agency to perform function under this act, the Director General or the designated employer may apply for the issue of the warrant. It won't mean warrant at large. You must be specific with exactly the other warrant in the year. It would warrant to acquire this in fee. No one state you will say, CCTV. You have no business. So go to CCTV. Okwaje warrant. Now say at the same thing akwaje warrant. Na yiri sika da ho fam ho mai. Na yiri no akwaje warrant on so. Say na no nkrofo ba ye na ayi nkrofo a wo bitima madam fo bitima ka. You want say ye de wo ka ho. Na me so wo de na ka ho say me na aba ba chimia. Ono so akwache ne wo de ne ye dai. What the warrant for me so? And so the warrant ne apply to another person. Who national security munim nyansani. Ade be no. Na fe TS2 no yanko 34-2 na ne hwade. Or say the application for the warrant shall be made in writing to a justice, the chairperson of a tribunal, or a senior police officer not below the rank of a year superintendent or above. It is one at the end of court. A court warrant. And a chairman of a tribunal, and I say a senior police officer, not below the a rank of superintendent. Now, yensha under what circumstances that a warrant will be needed. National security, Kadechia ko school, Woba, Munya warrant, Samo Kocheno, and Marana say, a DNT Munya warrant, Obusamo, or some person baby suno, or some matters to be specified in application for warrant. Now, an application for a warrant shall specify. What's the application? Exactly the other warrant. Don't mean warrant for Okatakyie. Now, man, ask you, my country is on general, my general account. You have no business.
Exactly. So,
because the annihilation of laws. Let's say, Funukan Kaisa and a Mudi Kuma be entering Ganchero. We don't run me.
Pound for pound.
Muslim baby, and I'm on Fremesa. They means radio quality anything. Arrogance. They was somewhere. Now, Mamma call you back was what the David. So them tell you more kind of. On Babumia Comboom. Oh, Boadu, dear Banner. Now, you ready a year for a 34. I said 35. I said the facts relied on to justify the belief or reasonable grounds that the warrant is required. So, as a court, some facts to rely on. Say, may a name way be seen in here, a warrant. Was it that the urgency of the matter is of a nature that it would be impracticable to carry out the investigation using the investigative procedures of that without a warrant? Was it some tracing? Number one said the nature of a investigation. There is some urgency be more pentem be. Namuka samube follow Katrichenga Kranka Crab, Munyasa de Corono, or best sano, and none the Bemo apply for warrant. Naga the joy or your threat. Meganako baby. It what is the urgency in chasing me? There was some phone Tantania to Gronemonia, Yachona, Maji to me. Instead, somebody employ the proper people. Irresponsible characters like Jakpa.
Extremely.
It watching out be the bonny. I may say the umpire be ammonia. Oh, be a room. Hey, room be. It's in a branch and I wore the car, Edimachi, and I do 12 and 1. Won't need number plate. Or I will catch them make at the cheese and I will be patch. Because I'm not patch over. Baby, I caught now. You did it. Can't me no be see more than 1 hour. Coincidentally, me coffee no, me jina a boys be a woman ho, and I do almost 12, but me who saka need me chino, and I me jina a yashitemu, and yashitemu didn't come more than 10 minutes. Na time me jina on a car in me and I be pam who be came. And many boys in Jina didn't come more than 10 minutes. After me, yeah, me go so mukono, me branch to a yama in ana omi and Nasa. Nam say, hey, Sakas women to Nomanam. Nay, Chelsea, no matter I told you, when you come, and you come, when you Chelsea more, nobody should come and tell me, say, and I we did not. Who be travel more than 10 minutes. What they didn't know was that not car back what menam when menam. Now no war a nimu, it will whom Nasa, but who didn't you know? When him say a choir choreography, car Range Rover Nessa bar back, and my cameras in the idea, what's ever candy. In Ram more fire. They say, "What bar could be a name of you penny." In war, it is only two things that happens: either of each, either you win or I win. But like I keep saying, any day, anytime, I'll win.
Pound for pound.
Even if you win, you won't go, you won't survive. I guess I'm around so. Hey, Mobana be kitu na the motor farm on ba. By the time I'll be moving 2 seconds, now soon did that. Maybe who cry you die. Missing maybe where you die. I don't know. David, I'm going to know she has some idea myself. Bring work out. Jimmy. I don't know. Bobby, it's national security. No. Obi antime nyusu fa wura no bia na dwuma yeso ye ho ekoye so fa so de ye obi a me yusu no bia Monday we me say shirt and kwa me suit omo ye say Friday na me frɛ Osman madam for catch so me ba ye no oje tum ti Monday me ko me suit pa a shoe Italian shoe anya flower de bi abotai shirt papa etu two perfume ogume ho papa Over some boom fight galamsey. I never know. Me and Cassam the true to me call Echo Muram, Echo Jam, Galamsey China for. Mobile Mumpe won't be. Now, men I'm going around. Eh, Mama soon got the deal. Police in a Mama soon got the deal. Mummy and Yai, near Chichemai. Nan ram MPP for the year, yet. Now, now, so resetting. And what now resetting? Now said, "Oh, we are an one obey a video." And then I'll obey it. Malam John, obey a day. Malam John so obey a day. So obey you soon national security in the some free air Kosuya. And then I know far about me and transfer. I am telling you any day, anytime. No amount of intimidation shall cover me into silence. I wasn't born like that. I am not made up like that. I can't even work. If I'm going to show you, Bobby, yet you won't find on this. Kwame Miso, Ketsikitio, Najahinabano, Yanitika Krakano, yeah, Raddy, me cook Master Swami, and also the whole Swami near Bombing, Kramomo, Kwame Miso, me booby, nebi boome, na make a cabin, nebi coming near the me confront pimu me suspension me gisa if send someone ne me quite sure exams ko me the police escort na confront
More fire.
I'm telling you, go back and watch. They should tell you.
Precisely.
Timothy, I'm saying, then, yeah, one more money me confront him. One more year, almost say, and yeah, what you cry more. What? Someone is, and no me ba Kumasi Boadi in Susani, and we are Akwabi bought me a 2000 or Shem Sutro. Best in the same team, some body be. Missiano Sama Bono. Or Bomino Jane. Tisa. Every radio, Mobi Alpha. Remember, me ko shop no watch military. What me promise? Ojami anam say ko the same thing. The national security much me do. Me ba mo bete bansa. Say the much be there. You know, ayi alasa okurenti. Osman intina me di achem. Kade we mesi a ma mo ne mu nsem funu na modi na wura ni ade ni. Ade be no.
Agumu amama.
No amount of intimidation.
Never.
Eti when na mu hunu ne sa say and wo ha adwen wo kuro ne mu no. Afa na abedu national level na mu hunu. Timo no ntum. Atufo. What? National security, police, military, we are a creation of law. And we are a nation of laws. You are going to work within the remit of the law that established you. Nobody has any right to be doing things outside the remit of the law. You have to be careful.
Precisely.
Oh yeah, no more yes and yeah. When they will kill, I don't fear these things. John line, I don't know. Nipa titra wo me went to there. Enti Jakpa. On you sister, why nyanse hunu na di na be one. Wo ayi odame sisi woni a de Ghana for bebre kan bi ma. Bebo. That is what we call nation of laws. Ave wo benya tumi a. Ni o ma funu sa na wo di tumi ni di. Na wura wo bi fie na di tuo no akona metutu CCTV ni ade. Rambo star. Mi wo kro bi wa beto so be kana adwa kire. Ade. Ehwi ni wo nwura munyai. Amedekala we say ku anka yi Jakpa nka said the Amedeka mo ye any kunkum judges ni adeka Jakpa is a very irresponsible character nyame na meka krata ya di yi ne di krata is a very irresponsible character
Extremely.
na jo mama so pe o man ni Yakob appointee say any person
Fire them. Fire bend them.
asha de cool high asha na fan picture nto so be ni ehwe
Funny
jina so ni ehwe no said we say I can careless na bomu asha yi eche asha yi de dan tri ni simu no agira no me de minim jisi ekubuza no Jakpa jarof and you have to be magnanimous with the power that has been given to you. You cannot be using power to intimidate people. The very people you claim to serve, the very people you want to serve, you are using the power to intimidate them. Doesn't make sense to you. Nia so pese ohun ohini trimu asemu a aya hwe na chia me it's the mama aya na nim kwasi ayi kwasi amanko anyamsom Christosum Malam Yohani osu January chese ye be wie bia de ba kutum Malam Yohani ese Malam John no ajay January mo ye na ja o mo se ene ayi mo maame wa oda aduane se ne no mo hye show na se bia eti ye wie ya ye titi bia di why ye be didi so internet no obi o mo timi ebe hack into the internet no mo ho be bom o mo ho bom no mo hye ase lebu o mo ayi ni te say ye computer no eti edro 80 ko no abon say internet ni nyina e ba fo say ni pa bone for de no ho abetale no otare ho no aye din no otare ho ye ho no ye jine de afrim
sorry yes
baby
I'm sorry yes
eti Jakpa obi ansuro Jakpa ne nsuro Jakpa chena onye be man che obi a we are only saying that you should use laws. We are a nation of laws. Jakpa cannot Jakpa ne ye die be. Now when him say nana is a history book what in Dewula Jakpa. What nana no. Now one nana be Bob bra passage din Dewula Jakpa. Now the oba say funu no na would you say din won. In Dewula Jakpa na yesua ne ho asem wo eye you know. Nana no. And was say din no. Jakpa. Be careful. You be careful. Or the self-for. Malam Yohani. The angel will behave sad. General, it is a near bad day. Mobile correction, mobile reading message, a doss, you me reading. Now, be her name, Auntie being so yes, and the operation cockdam, operation this. We are cowards. You people, you are cowards. You are cowards. Abba Chromo and Timmy Anyari. And then I'm 10-1. I got another one. I say, yeah, you operation Carleg, operation. That Duruwaka. You don't know. Then it do what? Now, I meet and greet. You operation Cockdam. Cockdam, let you hear. Still, you know, so by Cockdam. Nabra never say. More fire. Men are make a check. For Nibra never. So, Bana because idea. Boadu near time now, and they were no or command the president. You were but Jimmy, oh, Pamway, and if you don't sack him, your mama, who dare you to command the president? Are you mad? Tell him. Tell them. Now, yes, MPP. I mutretes no. But I couldn't woman now to airport. Once I your mama about one. And the one who no man no money and nam. Then so still on we had more position. Airport woman. Once there's what yatra. A minerals commission. Or sir. The airport woman no no. Some no case. Young Musan said, "Didn't know that's what you." Obi, ya buy, ya be somewhere. Ya we said you be fan nyame masem. We shall energize the base of our party. Precisely so. We shall lead them towards a cause. Incisively. We shall come back, and until the victory is won. Exactly. Akromfo e be hye party no nyina mba free. You leave. You leave. Cause MPP na kokudro for na ti o. Enyansa for na ti. Bitu usumu ye nyoma kase akase. Yet me for a yara mponsamo. Omo ye nyoma kase akase. Jatoka liomo. Nyoma kase akase. Obi? Modesto apalumo ni ade. Omo na te party. No omo ye ni ade. Domomo. Omo nyina. Don't me fa sa party no. Na be so bo state krono a, wa be she party no. Yem protect you. We smoking out. We will sell you out. Precisely. Ombese be dia ene e mokro no be join the party. Near fan sum nipa. Sa ne ye no. For the people. For the people. More fire. Aguna nyame atiase de bia. Onwi e be ye de be ye. Timeba be som mo. But if you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, they will slap you down. Exactly. More fire. Then you talk the truth again, and they will lock you up. And you talk the truth again if you are strong, and they may kill you or burn your house. Precisely. But them never hear anything yet. They are going to hear bansa bansa. Exactly. Bansa bansa. Exactly. You know, they will hear bansa bansa. Precisely. Now we are nyansha here. Now me form unko gear 2. Gear 1 pet. No mu dwane ya afi ya chekatache ni ade. Na ekufado de no. Me buru ni nua. Na me demonstrations say hwe no. Manya demonstrations and ekufado kura no. Demonstrations be na ya kase ekoso de me na me lead. Mo na mon kaya de na monya no kurafo. Ye wo mso Oliver ne lead. Oliver Freeland by na ho anim ne kurumu a. Mumusa Oliver Freeland by first fix the country demonstration. One na anim Oliver Okroma. Me na me lead. Exactly. So more fire. Demonstrations are 11 years. Me na me lead go vi. Na we me nyamfa mo ko demonstrations. Na ye we kakra ya na agya ni afeni yeba ko gie too. We will make the country ungovernable. Se muka se mube wi amanfo ne dia. Ye the demonstrations be hwemo. Se muka se mube tu manfo ne galamsi ase nsu a. Ye the demonstrations be hwemo. Na demonstrations in dia ye back to back.
Exactly so.
Why? Takura de dia no. Meni Oliver ye wi afa nwumre ne abusi a won se nti wana asoma ye. Ya isi wi hotel ne nya skantua. Ni ya me frefrem na mfo na mpeka kra me we so be na Oliver so frefre ni me ye hwe hu ne abusi a ho se. Na ho na asoma wo. Eye manfo no do. Manfo na dwene na wu. Enti wo mota Okatakyie chen. Nipa wo mbe di wo manim gi wo musika wo. Obi Okatakyie nso nya minister da. Wonya CEO da. Enso manfo ne so mota Okatakyie. E wa abra okay so me ka ayi Akufo-Addo asem no. No o madwen ye o mo se me ka Akufo-Addo asem because me campaign ma Mahama. So ene me ka tia Mahama dia. Eni akwa we ye ko habra ha. You na wadwene nye correct. Fire. So you took me firing Akufo-Addo's government to mean that I am campaigning for Jomama. I was not campaigning for Jomama. And I will never campaign for him. But me come my dream chere Akufo-Addo aban. And they say won't me say me come my dream chere Jomama. And we will never rest until the victory is won. Hashtag la victoria siempre. Nobody, no amount of intimidation shall coer us into silence. And you people, you know. You know, me see no amount of intimidation. Aluta continua. Former chief of staff Julius Debra. Hey, me fresh and ye depa ye. Aluta continua. Sana no the frame here. Sa aluta ne continues. For the good of for me see medical catch them. So go be. Me need interest bia with anyone. MPP for medical catch them. Yes, my family no more there. Name my hand MPP headquarters. Monu anso me be yentokwa bia me ne mo be ko party ni mo na ya je party ndi am mo betimi aye be shoka mo me kan na mo se media go party ni ye ba mo wa dia mamamfo no we will give the party back to the people. As is hunu no amodidie na ayi mo trim ya mo den no ayi entitlement mentality. You think that is how we are going to do it? Ye be ma party na ya kono emrante ne ba won be sa back to the party. A modern party na me na Johnson ayi mbapa na ye say me so na ye say etimu fa party ni mama wa wo ba no improve one for party bi ama wo prove one ya ma party. When you prove yourself, then you can lead the party. Mo bia me ye na me na me free dan kwafie na me free dom no omutimi omudi kotokoto semfunu kwa na ye di party ni mo. Obia obedi a year leader or MPP ni mo bia no. They will be vetted and approved here before you can lead. You must show the people what you've done. Anya sa dia odi agoro. Say, party never senya and then to a pefra. And victory will come back because MPP pen what the policies that builds a nation. Yet now why you behind your mark from food better be more. And one by no hijack party. And ye necessary ye party dear. Nay see a cover a crom for. Why will you crom for one MPP shall say pack on your mouth? And you didn't your tea party no. Your tea party said about 1 man 4. It's as simple as ABCD. Get that in your head. Obiani or party more this in whoever support no. We will fight you. The masses are with us. The masses shall forever be with us because we've stayed the course. We've been very honest with ourselves. When I was telling Akufo-Addo what I told him when he was running, I did not care because my convictions were clear. Then Akufo misconstrued and said, "You campaign, your mama. Your mama na me na memu ne yede. Amemu ohunu so. Wonimbu. And they were appoint you and we are saying, "One more number. Ontwa futri. It's my campaign mama hama. Na nukuredi enti na me buru Akufo-Addo nua nukuredi enti na me demonstrations hwe no nukuredi enti it is an edrum so amonkama no ntum na me konkom ho nchim me ko ne ayi ye friend say pepper ne ayi form we say na wentia na fa ngu bantuam fa ntuam to fa nkuto kakra fa moto no ho onya bote Munya abutre.
Munya
abutre. And he's been like this from the days of Happy FM. No kura na munkantia. Julius Zebra from say my XYZ was you were intelligent and you are brainy. Come and help me to build my station. The busa no question. Station in the Eba Buamia building and I campaign for Mahama. Was his station? I'm saying oh yeah, madam for man campaign mama da. No more yum so can be tia Dr. Muhammad Baumia. Na me can be tia Dr. Muhammad Baumia no the wadi edi. Na me can be tia your mama dia wunye ni wadwene na ya adwuma se no wadwene. Ma make it two distinct statements. One concerning Dr. Muhammad Baumia, one concerning Akufo-Addo, one concerning your mama. Osi your mama ayi Akufo-Addo ne Baumia de wujidi. Dem om dem ka fa your mama on de won ka no kore. Wadwene ya adwuma. Wo ni pakro wadwene ya adwuma. Munya abutre. Ofi ani Jakpa Sam George. Sa message na ne ade ba no. Anu ntie fechire ni oma ne ade no. Message ni be sa akọ why? Ye wi nso a eja Malam John. Wono no ye ne ade me nim sa mamu no ono na ebu. Se hwan na eyo. Na Malam John no se de wa appoint we ni we yi na ade achi ni awedro ni ade ni enam se na ade no wo yi. Mo bia meka so my friend Malam John. Wo panipa a wodi din toto ba politics mo pa adwo mama. An wo pana ana Jack Toronto na hwan hwan. Wono na tutu din. Teja Malam John so ye de manu na eje no a. Ose ache mafia no na tu wo yinkofodi. Eti Malam John so begene say wa kofi ye wi ani ekobusa so omo se national security yet se ye fanya dai ye fa nwenra mamfo hwan mo kra na se ye form na constitution ne say article 83-84 no was say eye act no set up the National Security Intelligence Act no eye act 1030 no ade na eka ye be kwa akohwe what is the mandate of the national security, what is the composition of the national security, the National Security Council, the National Security Secretariat. Hwan mo dwuma ne say no mo nnwuma no kro mo ye so mo ni police na ye asesi na mo beda ni police o mo na chiche nkofu o mo otumi so mo chi obi o mo otumi so mo court ye be hwe ni nyina e bi say ye mra na de chichiri kro. The presidency is a creation of the law, so he must work within the remit of the law. He cannot do anything outside the remit of the law. But because you use your identity, your man come and intimidating Grofosa. How did that happen? How did we get here? We are a nation of laws, and that's how it's going to be. It's ever heard also. Why? Now, if you say more fancy no kurum, magentre ha, more yeni adina nano ma maybe frame here. What's me just a uncle and a watch it and especially do a precisely, meant precisely so no. Woo. Nam se sa osi anima wu ejiwa ye na kofi wo ye se ene woni general obema mu $200 na ye ni ade na ejiwe no me di $200 ne bai more fire Oze hey wait $200 what about ko amedi shame edi obi general munso mu enaja woni kofi ne team no wo ye ne ade wo de fo chibra na ye wo da o machi wo wo bra befa enkoto ye show ne ye wo fa ko mu ade fama no na omo dia ai we prosper kofi ahoto na ahoto nya wu ya no nso menua no mo obedi di matem. Afrifa, you are trying to be relevant. You are not a trained journalist. Stop it. Yes, me a trained journalist. Makase mwe from up here. Mo the journalist, me journalist. Mo se de bisa na mbefre. Mo wa se mo. Mimi ye journal me dia dey. Kobi, yanko yanim. Tieni Jakpa Sam George message no nkoma no. Cutting razor. Mudi bi buy. Mudi bi buy. Amu be raise. General sign a buy. Mudi cutting razor mienu. And a buy. Hey. And yeah,
Faboys company.
Faboys company. Yati boys company.
Semanse boys.
Adey. Semanse boys. How mo ye dey? Semanse boys. Aye do mo ko fight galamsey. We mo. Ade na nyeye. Damfumpo anyeye. Na banfo. Damfo anyeye. Na ba. Me mama ya go su abere wa. Shada bodam. It when we dey call fight galamsey. Na soldier for ye training wo mko bi. Ni edo mo aye yi. Police for shada ko training. Esua tactical weapon handling. Si wo mo call fight no. I know kura anye yi. Ani afa boys companies. A mo shada bodam. Ana call fight. Man na se boys wo mo kwa. Ye mo ayi
ehun asano no
enuntia sedabodam eso wo ko jeje yeah scam. This government is a scam. It's a scam. We don't fight galamsey. We don't fight galamsey. Soldier fool. Soldier fool. Omunika is show mo. We don't yeah. No way you fight galamsey.
I said that since you.
I say no mutu. Boys company for.
Boys
we are a scam government. Me catch your pain. And is he? Your mama. A scam government. And I see second category is there. Yeah.
Bobia kasa.
Bobia bay. Bobia answer. Oh, Bobia answer no. Some man phone ni mo. Ono ne ma me kon do radio. Aye. Satama FM. What transfer kon. Yeah. When him say me bear we ase. Jami nyabutre mo bobia yi na se nyabutre. Me bear we ase. Me nsuro da se ni bia o microphone achi. Ono pe ananam suru no. Ese so kura me break chin.
Air condition bono. No to be Chilean cruiser pe. Na ni Jimmy aba. NDC ni bia suban.
General, na we mko fa free here. Miami commander Bobie. Ana ka asem. Say NDC for ye dey a. Omura air condition. Na bo mo. Onyalan cruiser etwia. NDC for ni nyina. Wanyi twen and wanyi adoa. Bobie ansa na ka commander Boham. Commander Boham. Oh, that way, Edidija. Now, what kind of DJ? Yes, about could be so go. Now, I heard who was a PRO. Oh, I said, oh, yeah, Oko Penny Biwa. Na Penny who's wedging me. Na Otun Cromo. Na Hovi or share, you know, yet one year PRE. Aqua Yababa will be your core, yana, Oko switcher and Papa. Say, Papa no said yes, and was it? Bebana Dada was where you could fear nine, but say when you could fear nine back. No, a passion and was an also share, who also could fear nine back. And you go Piaro, what in a fee?
No, sir, they have one walk.
Fee, or go back. As I does what? When will you go Piaro? Send enough for us to commission was not coming in the way. Wait. Kratano kwa school non kobio. And any power yam frose be did your party as a ultimate now. A man who for say yam yaba yacha positions, you know. One corporate position. Yam frame a man make selfie. We saw that would did me matter. We adiwi. So did me matter. What do you find in this way? Julie, I Bobia say, move office air condition ball more. Na ya na
so compare condition okay amfa
obi say only fools will join so no amu join e otem
no o
treba I go via share myself mo $200 no why sa mo ya mo sisan ma mo obi a binya team ni nyina Govi, the ancient one more high internet in the Sam George in the NC near the Yabaka once. Mujan in the cry, Bessa, Mopa Mundum lights is your cry. Your best so phone near the air. Why? Your best shock up a phone light near the issue. Why? Gobi. Na young Kwani Sam George ni Owura Sam George, Sam George, Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation. Na oye Minister of Communication Gobi. And I now know me one and who said, yes, Sam George is will be a foundation. The foundation no idea. Yes, sir. And for that matter, Sam George when a financier, Sam George say, or no financier. Now what you know, no man for not getting a call. Sam George, and now me tell what the I'm saying. Sam George, me who say what the partners, MTN. Now say partners, MTN, Minister of Communication, and was in a foundation, MTN for any partners. Eti Oshaha, MTN for logo da asieno, and was say omoye partners of the foundation. Tell them say okay, and then I call Minister of Communication. And the young say MTN a major player in the telecommunication space, and the Minister of Communication, one no, and now we MTN a CEO no ekoko srano, Daniel so yesab ina, eti yebusa se, okoko srano no, and komo e course wo, and the man is obey partners and ya. But if we a Minister of Communication, nasa major player, MTN controls about 70% of the market of a year telecommunication. So when a year CEO of MTN, Akosera Sam George. Now all of a sudden, what by Sam George, you know, you can't say the foundation, no any partner, and it raises costs for alarm.
Precisely.
If you say you see a pronkuma, Egun shira ne kura na etikuma kwadui. Never so bribla. Na agro no esha asiemponi. Say communications minister. Timi anam so mame nkwohwe. Say Sam George ebia na MTN for aye ne partners all this while. And don't forget, say Sam George say, onu watu onye adwuma da. Apart from a year MP no odi no. Na onka no kurenti no. Ukohwe a video bi e bebo akere mu a, oni delay ye interview. But in one breath, ye busa ne say ne yire ye adwuma ban. O se ne yire no wanya adwuma, o hwe nkola. And Sam George went to a year ye can say parliament. A committee set up by a year act. Na ye beba ho. Kofintu ko a year act 769. And no a set up a year the NCA, National Communications Authority. And National Communications Authority o modjuma ne say, wo mo ne be regulate the space of communication, telecommunication. Na wo mo na regulate a year MTN, Telecel, Airtel Tigo ni ade. Wo mo na regulate wo mo. And NCA is under a year the Ministry of Communication. So the operating minister there is Sam George. Or no exercise control over NCA. Although it's an autonomous body. But ye busa say, the minister na telecommunications in national. Aye nyina enim say na no krebe ye say, e ba no say e internet ya dia. MTN say there be mumfa ni nyina ama ye. Na ye nche. So by every means possible, MTN is trying to stamp a authority within the space of communication. Which ya pass mrakovi. Ya pass mra sa mra no echere say, per the NCA laws, no player in the game should even control more than 40%. So the government is taking steps so but reduce even the monopoly of MTN within the space. Eti ebane says a minister be I want no Minister of Communication na MTN CEO ekwo na one ne kokodi ekwo ya say na ade echi no be ne partner. Now there is something called corruption or perception. That is how come I almost say corruption perception index, because some of the things about corruption it is the perception, the optics of it. So you busa question say Sam George dey na can no and all of a sudden MTN for na ye be call Sam George social media page Instagram na yakwohwe Daniel so wo yi no afameko na yenkwohwe Sam so ayi ahanti kobi me na me se ma menkwohwe Sam George ni Instagram the foundation ni Instagram so Jata Foundation Instagram ni ani enam ho an ye ko me hu we 2022 me hu MTN partner bia ho 2023 yanko me so mo nyina mu hwe wo MTN nya partner bia wo Sam George from 2022 MTN nya ne partner da 2023 MTN nya ne partner da 2024 MTN nya ne partner da afa yanko yako page no foundation ni page yako Obi, all of a sudden, na Sam George obey minister na MTN PM. but there is a code of conduct for a public office holders. All of a sudden you say MTN Sam George a partner. Now muna say. Now carefully or Shedan will cast partners and not sponsors. Because Sam George is smart. So he says partners. But partner no more yede. Or more check credit. And no more internet. No more the yede. Now or the bema free. MTN were a private company. So the major interest in the world. And so be make it profit. So be make it profit there. Or be partner where they no be free more. As a Minister of Communication. Now Okosha Shraj wo a code of conduct for public officers. Shraj. Young person public officers. Now so code of conduct project in Ghana for NIB. So this is the code of conduct for public officers of Ghana and the guidelines. So Embrano, even the constitution, ekas public officers any kwaso omuye bibi. Now yanko article 284 of the constitution here article 284 of the 1992 constitution say a public officer shall not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflict or is likely to conflict with the performance of his functions of his office. The framers of the constitution per article 284. Or man can say where it only conflicts, but see it is likely. So we are trying to nip every situation where even obedient Hubert to position be a corrupt. So if a minister of communication NCA shana say na MTN NCA say na say ochina or see MTN ne partner. So the likelihood of conflicting the personal interest with the office he occupies, Constitution eka. Omaya yetuma yemfamra nya hwe. Obi yemfamra nya hwe. Obiaye do pe. Sam George no no call for equity. Sam George no na SCS eja wono na wo ye wo china yeso so pe president ni bia di ni ade. Ai wo pe bia di. And then Sam George say obey Minister of Communication on the regulatory MTN. The MTN and the partners. So the Constitution 283 or say where now young Konian share a year code of conduct for a year public officers per shraj. So the same phrase, the person aboso ba a Jakpa yenti there be next one where Constitution called a code of conduct and then now Public Services Commission and so amma a year code of conduct are we a public officer you don't put yourself in a position where your personal interest conflict not only conflict but it's likely that is the phrase and one can tell me says Sam George say MTN a partner is it not likely to conflict with a very likely is it not against the law does it not breach the constitution and we sit here a nation without laws that's Sam George that's to office Sam George what is to office when his action is in clear breach of the constitution and Sam George that's to because we don't care now Kofi adie mo wan say we na ebusa Sam George say when the finance we the foundation and don't forget say wokọ now kotena committee of inquiry animo a public account committee a ministerial vetting committee whatever committee na so ko tran tro kire wo mu a per the laws of our nation, you've lied on oath, and it's a perjury. And perjury is for jail sentence. For lying on oath, dishonest character. Sam George say, a juma ne yere ya ne se otite ne ma. Some few years down the lane, when the same Sam George has appeared before a committee, and I don't know why the MPP part of it is still sitting down because this is perjury. This is perjury. When you lie on oath in front of a committee, it is perjury, which you can go to jail for that. Now, Sam George a committee, young court here your can or committee. Take note. Or send a year in the Juma Waya and say what it's in about. In less than 2 years, all of a sudden, what it's a mano, the year now, what it's a mano. A very industrious woman. Meaning, Sanu or Melen Colau, Sanu or making Colau, Sanu or Mentiasia. Sam George on delay show. I said the Nayere ya and so what 2 years down the lane, when he appears before a committee, Sam George say, Nayere industrious, and this is a minister of state.
Exactly.
So dishonesty
Precise.
at the highest level. Now Sam George I bet you say, I won't lose a sleep over somebody who is trying to be relevant. Sam George. Or no Sam George?
Say.
Milk Afrifa. Me. Sam George.
Very dishonest.
Now, Dr. Mamadu Baumia, and now whoever wins the MPP flag bearer, Tienier, says Sam George at me the Minister of Communication. Either some will be my Council of State chair in the next government, and as a Minister of Communication, what the best is out because we need intellectual firepower. Be a mini Sam George, Mitriena, on carry any intellectual firepower. We were not the Muya me do, Nimuya me hakrado, Nimuya me hadodo.
Very dishonest person.
In one breath, Neyere Shankola. 2 years down the lane, Neyere industrious. And such a person is occupying a position like minister.
More fire.
It's honesty, baby. So Sam George Becca just MTN and a partner. Where it is clear. It is clear. Said Adiana Woyane is likely to conflict with a position as a public officer.
More fire. More fire. More fire. More fire.
Jatane Chantro. Jatane Chantro.
More fire.
Jatano. Onye Jatabiahu. Onye Jatabiahu. Most of them member na Jatane.
No pen battery.
Onye Jatabu Kro, Buabu Kro, we won't come. Na Jatana. Jatana, you know, Jata. You know, Sam George, dishonesty, and Uko a year section 211 of a Act 29, which is Criminal and Other Offences Act, a camp perjury once a
more fire.
So Sam George, you've committed a crime against the state.
More fire.
If we are to go by what a year Article 211 of a year Act 29 can, Sam George, we are no shanko. 2 minutes, we are industrious. 2 minutes, this person says MTN and partner.
More fire.
Which is which? Sam George is a by no bechirimua. Sam George is afraid one sponsor. The foundation. Ni obisa se na bia also wonya adwuma bia 15,000 Ghana cedi na parliamentary head ma wo. Ana wo yiri so hwe nkola. To nya ses ka no wai.
More fire.
O man yemfa mra nya hwe. Na bia sori o ye do pre. And these are the people leading us. The catch them say it is a scam government. Scam. And now no phobia or more atata me and you many idea. Me do a more picture near the video go on near the. And a month for so. And I got a chain wire sentence in the now, and yet 3 weeks ago, and I'm back. I said Jakpa call a year airport walk or me. Near Yama farm in Anuya. That is not me control. Na me do video ni ku ho no akwana dwen but it my dwen anko so say anajo 11:12 no adia car Range Rover namu number plate mo ho mo ni munyanse ti mo musa kwashi say Range Rover number plate mo ho me nyantia say so wo pa apology na wo anya apology wo court no waka kire eye court no de ntia wo namu Range Rover anajo eye 12 ayi mo ho no number plate mo ho wo kwa no waka kire mo me yamfa ni ma say nwura me Okokotwa and fan your memory. One more year near the Omokoma 7 police station, so no more report. 1 year near the police CIA investigator and a fray. Now, police investigator, what frame? Nami and I'm so may throw exams near Dinty. A young schedule. Then we answer, what press it, this call is being recorded. Lambuzan said, I don't know, record the call. I was going to bring it to your attention. I'm saying, do you bring it to my attention first before you start recording, or you record me? Before you bring it to my attention, I'm cutting you've compromised yourself. You, the CID, wanting to investigate this matter, you've compromised yourself. And Opa to be I'll come there and defend myself. Now, baby, now 1 hour. Maybe I'm now the next minute me movie. Now say baby I'm na mo see more kono. And okura baby I'm ka say more kono. Go bi. Time ye teen ni nua ba kono. O we aka ba kono na e akiri. Or reside. mo bia nwura me o ye na so e bia branch ne be se ne carry ntie nyim free wa be pa cha oboko e fa court se me nwura bia na court wudi kan wa woni bim da bi ka da se nwura de mfa nto nchen ene ya so ye ne dia ne fa hey munyarof court obi yanko se Ghana for timi amusasa na jo 12 Range Rover number plate mo ho no wo ye opade an mu musa ko etimo adwene na ye adwumani mo bia me hwewram krum ha fire obi na yanko na we nia fam bridge the gap between Sam George and the serious matter that we need to address as to the locus of a national security which is supposed to be in charge of taking care of the security of our nation both external and internal and this institution has become a tyrannic institution terrorizing people left right center and no man in this country is able to say it. Nobody is going to intimidate me.
Never.
And nobody can intimidate me.
Never.
Nobody. And we will never leave Babylon until the victory is won. I'm telling you.
Tell them.
We will never leave Babylon until the victory is won.
Exactly.
Tell them.
And minim debesie me offer him crafty for kwada detention 2 years in a military government na me se mu ye ku kura na mba ya kade me ye nu an ka me ye mu ene nka me de kade ne benya bebiu ka mba chi akuye na civilian government am ranye di adwuma ene ahurahura make ada chi Radi nyame Afrifa na me ma me go shop no frɛ osu and I'm say ma so ma say wo me em frɛ mi so koko didi ai shira sam na wudidi na nwura die esmani nwura wo fufuo di agoja what is ya chimia wo fufuo de di ade bia ni wo betime nwura me to akoko no na ye beba ho ma be kire di esi ye nyina ego bi ya ye ni ade malam jon amemu oni so no na ebu o se mo na ebu o uya yes ya appoint we ade achi na nipa no ho so asira bi me appoint no mo unkunyi ni film ni abe ha ya draw ade achi na yes Ibrahim so appoint bi afa kire ade achi yes ade me nya munyi ni film am say hey Kofi kam hu yi oka so obedi o man animu a it is a serious business. Leading a nation is a serious business. And by the time we hear kwakoto aba no you should be clear in your mind the kind of people that can help you to lead a nation.
Precisely.
More fire.
Eshase na kwa baby yes for Hanabisu beto so yes the Hanabisu akoto by one common fund ade achinya say there be Yayi Hanabisu say you reappointing from a district assembly common fund no ya the neko administrator of minerals development fund am say adan na koso na John no omo an ho ana adan malam John omo an ho no the way fund we the fa ha no the way afa ha hey malam John eti ultimus what that sorry we there be okay monfa. So what goes through his head when he's making some of these appointments? Unless we are being told that the president is not in charge of the government.
Precisely so.
And that Callistus and the rest are making the appointment.
Exactly.
Other than that, after Owana, Wamudi will be for Frako, District Assembly Common Fund. And now no deputy, we say Michael Harry Amson, they say, administrator of District Assembly Common Fund. Naya the way Abesha. And now your branch Basentali, Youth Authority, the deputy. Yeah, no more clash or where's the minimum deputy? Where's the minimum deputy? Yes, hey, I'm a more Benny. Kofi, Bansa memu, Scammer memu, settings. On your ready. After your wow, Musu, ya the Edward Bauer, a quad GMPC, Yasa, communicate by no. I did some say, Edward Bauer to Fantoso. See Edward Bauer, I say, a yina free GMPC, ya never share a hey. Madam John Mwano, he is not in control. So I'm sure say or more appoint you before the chair. No one will say no, I don't want this. Bring him to somewhere. Hey, after no master appoint you before Nako GMPC go be. And I thought to say be at the initial stages of government, you know, and a bebasa. And you can clearly tell it is a warring trend. Very warring trend. It tells you your mama is not in control of the governance.
More fire.
He's not. And me him. And I'm who did that. So John, when you control, you're a fine gentleman. Fine gentleman. But Bunny leadership, he lacks what it is to be a leader. Or need the temerity to be a leader. John, only Mr. John Mahama is a fine gentleman. But fine gentleman alone does not make a leader.
Precisely.
You need some decisiveness. I don't know your mama natural when a kratem, the bookum, my first coup d'etat. On what true, Mr. Wusha Wabenano, dear a hanepa, New Year's, how indecisive he is. When to me, Sijina yet, and we are seeing it in his government. On Sijina yet, me appoint to it now, and yet Chania far away their question has. And that is indecisiveness. And no leader should have that kind of sickness. When I decided I was going to leave Angel, I left Angel.
Precisely.
When I decided I was going to leave XYZ, I left XYZ.
Exactly.
And that is decisiveness, regardless of how the people feel about it. So me, I am so decisive when I'm making a decision. When you number to me, I call right. When I'm clear in my mind, I have to go to left. When you're there, I call left. And that is what is happening. Man, finding you okay with it. So John Mahama, I feel me 100 men who say, yes, more appointee will be as deputy, deputy ECG, managing. Every year, near cultural crata, a brandy, watching a tie. I should have said, a Joanna baby, a John Ayuku Kansi, as acting deputy managing director of ECG. Every year, we answer as you withdrawn. A minister of a year, energy, at Shrokrataba. So I withdraw the appointment. Hey, I didn't remember the when you have a copy. Kratane da in Sofabra, away a withdrawal of appointment, John Jinapo, and an Sasha. So it shows you how indecisive John Dramani Mama is. Fire. And it's becoming a trend, a very warring trend. John is not in control.
Not in touch.
He's not in touch with government.
More fire. More fire.
Sources from a grapevine, deep sources. But that's what I am. I'm fan of the catcher pain. John, we name the Okosokra. 18 year appointed Jakpa, and I can tell you on authority, the mama you are appointed Jakpa, and I'll show you today. Jakpa, yeah, John appointed. Na Jakpa, John, Memoni Jakpa, and the Memoni Bishop form. Jakpa. And then you join our appointee, and I'll come and demonstrate and prove it.
Precisely so.
Prosper Bani, and I appointee Jakpa. The Bible says Prosper Bani on what grounds? What legal grounds? And what Gina the Church Jakpa, I ne letter was what the appointment. No Prosper Bani, no, baby out here, no, you will say question. And yes, the president has the right to do some of these things. But you better Mrano. And I'm sure you're different. Uncle GhanaRecords.com, I'm going to read me. Uncle read me. You're sure be good.
More fire.
Were you sacked from Angel or you left? It will be a ultimate fact. Whether sack or left, it be a wait me a fact.
Sack or left.
It be a. No, and the end result is a mini angel who you. Yes, sir. Whether sack or left, end result is an appeal. And the American coupon, some person one. You need Brahman was a semo. Now, maybe church much. Boy, go many more brother. Maybe we are some Darbania. And one by Yakromahi. It in between us at Yakojo. I'm an Yakroman Finny. We are some more 10 Huna Yo. Median Cademinis and Katu will be bored than near Yanum Nasaba also. And so, me pen or be abonio. And come home crab about time. I feel what 10 who free in here. Me Major Monpenabi. Me Mamma Chambo Siamo. Medium more con Consavia. ana madwuma ba ko pe am ye ntira ana mentu mefra ana achade abo de adi achami ana mo de mato otanku wa mu dia ene mo mpa budunso benum na me brem free metworo konkono emu ana awrade achiro me se ase kwame ya free fei me no poma no han me no wa bankase adum nya me ane makoche tina ya me nsurumo adum nya me pe ne me kocham nsurumo
ohene hwe tena
why dai
hwe mo tena papa
nhwe mo tena enti se wo chine me ya kwambe se wo tan me ya se wo chine me ya daddy lumba kura oda dem tworo nyom e ma mo amonije ya mo sai mo ya mo didi natam sa akodi otimi ya ha esema monijia edi bi wewe ma gas for onu munya no amfa nche no na me ya me tietia mo konso politics na mo dem ho beche timeti akura na se why me fa bo ho me se daddy lumba sheda dem no atworo nyom eno ade acha na hwe ni shoe na obilichi na yesay na mo didi natam daddy lumba one ka politics o onidi o matam o obonyo mo sa memfa bitirinya da roma na mo nche no mo didi ngola no na owie a wasakodi daddy lumba atam na me what time ya difference o mo ni there obi